Good evening, everyone. I'm Nicole Menner. Welcome back to Twin States News. The MSU football team is coming off their first Power 5 non-conference road win since 1995 after taking down Kansas State. The Dogs return home to host Louisiana this weekend, but if MSU wants to compete for a division title, there's a number of things they'll need to clean up starting this week.
Certainly the penalties in this game were too many, 11, so we're going to address that and get that cleaned up. Had some substitution errors on offense and defense and special teams that caused us to burn some timeouts that would have been helpful to have later in the game, should have been closer. And then the biggest thing is, playing within the system. We don't need them to do anything extraordinary, but they need to do the ordinary things extraordinarily well. And I think as the execution continues to improve, our productivity will.
While the Bulldogs have things to fix, it was clear that the corrections Ole Miss's defense needs to make are much more significant, especially with Alabama coming to Oxford this weekend. While the defense redeemed themselves in the second half against Southern Illinois, Coach Luke says that after watching the tape, it was definitely all about the execution in just playing the game.
The obvious is a tale of two halves. Same calls against the same plays. We executed in the second half, and the first half we didn't. So I think that goes back to me having the guys ready to play right when we come out right from the start. And so I think we got 12 opportunities, and we got to make sure we do a better job of taking advantage. Not in the second half, but in the first half. But from a schematic standpoint, everybody was asking me that. It was more just about execution and going out and playing the game, because the same people that were running wide open in the first half was the same plays we were intercepting in the second half, and we just played faster and with a more sense of urgency.
After inspiring the Starkville and MSU softball communities with her courageous battle with ovarian cancer, Mississippi State softball will honor the late Alex Wilcox by retiring her number 8 jersey. Dubbed the Snowman by her teammates because of the number she wore on her back, the jersey retirement will take place on Saturday during halftime of the Bulldogs football game at Davis-Wade Stadium. Wilcox, who passed away in June at the age of 18, will be the very first female student athlete to have her jersey retired. The Saints' loss to the Bucs can be summed up as the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good was Drew Brees and his offense. Brees 37 of 45, that's nearly 82% accuracy, 439 yards with 3 touchdowns. Michael Thomas making 16 of those catches and a touchdown, while Alvin Kamara gave his fantasy football owners a treat with 46 points for them, 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 receiving for him. The bad, Marshawn Lattimore giving up 4 passes for 115 yards against Mike Evans. Couldn't keep up. Keep in mind, he's the 2017 Defensive Rookie of the Year, so he needs to step it up big time. And the ugly in general, the Saints defense, allowing the Bucs to put up 48 points and 529 yards of total offense. And Coach Sean Payton had absolutely nothing good to say after the loss.
That's not the type of game that suits us, and that's the type of game we played in years past when we've been a 500 team. So got a lot of work to do, a lot of things to correct, way too many mistakes. Thought we struggled with the explosives that they had, and we got to get it cleaned up. We didn't hurry the passer. Guys were open. Third downs were awful. They'd have over 500 yards, so we didn't disrupt the timing of any element to the passing game. And too many penalties. I can't think of many positives.
For the first time in 5 years, Tiger Woods has qualified to play in the Tour Championship. The season-ending tournament only takes the top 30 players in the FedEx Cup point standings, and Tiger never thought he'd be here or in a position to make the Ryder Cup team when he returned to the course.
To make the Ryder Cup team and get back to East Lake, that was a pretty big, tall order at the beginning of the year, and to be able to have accomplished that is something I'm very proud of. I get to go represent the United States over there and also compete, against the other top 29 players on the tour.
And it was a very up and down year for Tiger with his comeback, but it is, like he said, it's something to be proud of that he made it.
I agree.
Mark, I like Tiger.
Yes.
You know I'm Tiger.
Always rooting for him.
Looking forward to seeing what else he can do.